Hey guys, Buffy Game Bet today, bringing out a video for our Warzone weapon series, and today we're going to be covering the kind of a meme type weapon, but this is going to be the AK-103M, utilizing the 75 round drum magazine. Really see if it's viable to use in Warzone. So, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the build of this weapon, and I'm going to walk you through the gameplay where we got probably one of the sweatiest wins I think I've ever had, probably some of the toughest lobbies lately. So let's go ahead and back out, and we'll take a look at the final design here for the AK-103M, utilizing a 75 round drum magazine. So first off, if you enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps out smaller channels like myself grow, and also it lets me know what kind of content you guys are liking as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and back out. We'll strip this thing down to base, and you'll see I'm going to be utilizing here. I have my own 103 customized blueprint, but if we look at the AK, the Modern Warfare AK here, I believe for this one, there's a couple different blueprints you can utilize that give you all of the black polymer type builds here that you want, or the pieces that you want to build the 103. So you have the steel curtain, obviously, is one, and then we also have the black bear. The black bear is not really the best, but you have the Team Hoda, which is definitely one that would work, and then you have the Warsaw, which is probably the best one. I believe this came with the Bale Protectorate bundle. So I basically built the AK-103. You can see my custom builds down here. I have an AK-12, 103, and the 74M, all utilizing basically the Warsaw base. So we'll go ahead and select the Warsaw at base here, and we'll take a look at this weapon. So utilizing this, what you're going to want is the muzzle device. Obviously, the best in slot is going to be the monolithic suppressor. This will give you the sound suppression, damage at range, and keep you off the minimap. The cons here, ADS speed and the aim walking steadiness. However, for this one, for realism purposes, I use the tactical suppressor, which is the PBS-1 versus the PBS-4. The PBS-4 is compatible with the 545 by 39 millimeter, and since we're running this in 7.62 by 39, we want the PBS-1 or the tactical. So it does save a little bit on mobility. However, you're losing out on the range. But again, it's mainly for realism purposes. You definitely want to run a monolithic suppressor, would be the best in slot, just because this weapon really needs all the help it can get. But I did get it done with this build. So the barrel attachment, this is really a tough one. You can definitely utilize the Spetsnaz Elite, would be probably the better option here. Or if you really wanted to get crazy, utilize something like the Romanian or the RPK. But the Spetsnaz barrel will give you that damage at range and the bullet velocity increase, which again, this weapon definitely needs. However, I opted to go with the base barrel attachment here, and I use that slot for a laser. So I'm going to utilize a tactical laser here, just because we're going to be utilizing the drum magazine, so we want better ADS speed with this weapon. So this will give us the aim down sight speed, aim stability, and the aim walking steadiness. The cons that the laser will be visible to the enemy when you're ADSing, so just be careful of when and where. Then for the optic here, probably a good option here would be the VLK. You can definitely run this because it's a Russian weapon. However, I'm going to go with the Integral Hybrid or the Leopold Hammer, just because I really like this optic for medium to close range engagements, because you can toggle that 3.25 scout optic with the top mounted delta point, or the red dot there, which you'll see me take advantage of both in the gameplay. And I think it really complements this weapon very well, being able to do that. So we'll go ahead and select that. Then we'll skip out on the stock, perk, and the rear grip. And for the ammunition here, we're going to go ahead and do the 75 round drum magazine. So that'll give us a large increase from 30 rounds of the 7.62 by 39 all the way up to 75 rounds of the 7.62 by 39. The cons here is the aim down sight speed and the movement speed. So we'll go ahead and select that. You have the default and then the RPK. So whichever one you like. I really like the RPK look. Looks a little bit more rustic. We'll go with the default for this one. And then for the underbarrel attachment, the best recoil control you're really going to get with the 7.62 by 39 rounds here on the AK is going to be the Merc foregrip. So this will give you the recoil control and the hip fire accuracy, which you're not too concerned with, but this will give you the best overall recoil control, being that this is a pretty heavy caliber weapon and it does kick and bounce around quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and select that. The cons here, the aim walking movement speed and the aim down sight speed. So we'll select that. And then for the customization here, just running the black camouflage on this, nothing added. And then the reticle, running something new here, being the confine. I think I was trying this out a little bit on some weapons, and I do like it. You have this nice green arrow reticle, and then you have a top-mounted, for the top-mounted delta, you'll see I have just a green dot, which is nice. So we'll go ahead and select that. And that is our AK-103M, utilizing that 75 round drum. I really tried to replicate something like an RPK-16 here. However, we would have wanted probably the Spetsnaz Elite barrel if we were going to get something closer to that. But nice little AK-103M here. Now, you'll also see the gameplay. I didn't run these in the same class, but I'm running my Rytech AMR. I'll link the video down below for my latest Warzone video on that, where we had a really good gameplay there. That's a dual vision with Cosmos. I'll leave his link down below because he is in this gameplay. He does have a channel on YouTube and streams on Twitch, so go ahead and check that out. We have the Rytech AMR suppressor, FTAC straight, TAC laser, 25mm explosive rounds, and the rubberized grip tape on this build. So you can check out that video down below where I go into more detail with that weapon. And I'm running this with the Shadow Company operator, so I'm not usually utilizing these in the same class. I picked up the Rytech in a Ghost class, but this is our AK-103M. And again, you see that it looks really nice, especially for Shadow Company. If I go ahead and back out, take a look at our operator here with the Shadow Company operator. Utilizing the all-black Shadow Company operator 3, we have that Rytech and that AK-103M. It looks really, really nice. So let's go ahead and we'll jump into the gameplay here. I'll walk you through, again, probably one of the crazier wins I've ever had. But let's go ahead and we'll walk through this gameplay. Pretty hectic all around, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So here we go, right off the start. We landed over in farmland, and we were able to get our loadouts pretty uncontested. We moved up into the port area here. And again, you can see just the movement speed with this AK pretty slow, so you probably would want to run this with something like an SMG for movement speed. And here we go, to start off, I find this, we see this truck coming, and you can see these guys are super sweaty because they're all riding up on top. I'm able to disable it, but they just are beaming me right off the bat. Luckily, they focused all their fire on me and not on anybody else right away. And I think Dill and Kaz were able to down at least 2 of them there. And there's 1 more left. Now, I use my self-res, and again, you can see just able to take him out there. I had a perfect angle on him, but you can definitely see the AK. It kicks quite a bit, so you may want some better barrel options there. So it's definitely not the best build you can utilize with this, but it is pretty fun to use, and you can see it honestly excelled in these closer quarters engagements that we're going to be having here. These close to medium engagements that excelled pretty well. So this is where things start getting crazy. We were moving up here over right near hospital almost, and we started getting it into a lot of firefights. At this point, we're pinched between 2 teams. And again, you can see this one guy, there's 2 guys in here. Dill's going to engage. I engage 1. And somehow I break both of these guys, but I'm not able to kill them. And then a third-party team kills this dude. So I'm going to run inside, take some cover. Kaz is trying to get eyes on the other guy. And at this point, Kaz gets down. So now I know there's a guy in the bathroom. I need to flank around to try and get to Kaz, because there's 2 different teams looking at him. So I'm going to go ahead and flank around here, get the revive here. And you can see switching from that 3.25 to the top mounted Delta just because we're indoors. So I get Kaz back, Dill drops back in, and here we go. I get sniped from another team, again, over somewhere near Bank or over near the Ferris wheel there at that area by Promenade. And here, Dill's able to get me up. Kaz gets down at the same time, and I think he's dead at this point. So we need to get to the buy station. Now this is going to be a challenge because there's at least 2 teams in this area right now that we've been contesting with and fighting. So we need to try to get over there and engage at least some of them while buying Kaz back, because he's already done his gulag. So at this point, Dill's going to go a little bit of a right flank around the bathroom. I'm going to move up on the left side of the wall. And again, you can see I'm going to get engaged from this window, and somehow, thank God I didn't get down there, because that would have been it. But Dill's able to down that guy. I'm going to buy Kaz back, and then there's a guy, this third team again coming in here. And I think Dill was able to down him as soon as he went up the stairs. So here, I'm not sure if he actually downed him because I wasn't paying attention to the kill feed. So he calls out to me that he's down. I'm going to push up. I get the cleanup, and then right here, another guy comes up from the back. You can see I have my Delta point out. I'm able to kill him. And it's just crazy. These guys are coming out of nowhere. So I'm going to revive Dill. And here's another guy coming up, which scares the heck out of me. I tried to throw a flash, but he peeked me again. If I didn't throw that flash, I probably would have been able to get him. Luckily, Kaz there to save the day and kills that guy, thank God. So, fast forward again. We're on this roof. You can see the circles closing in. We're covering our flank, making sure no one's moving in on that. And here's a team who I was paying attention. They had a car move in there, and then these guys move in. I'm going to engage, but we don't get the kill. Moving forward, we trap them in this room, and this is interesting. They gassed us, and pay attention to my thermite. I clearly threw it around the corner, and somehow it sticks on that door frame. I'm able to down one, and then I down myself with my own thermite, unfortunately. But luckily, Kaz again saving the day, killing the last guy. I clearly threw that around the corner, but I guess I don't know, the edging on the walls didn't work in my favor, and I downed myself. But fast forward again, we had to switch buildings, and again, I'm watching this buy station here. We just saw a fire on the minimap, which is why I'm looking over here. So I'm assuming they may try to use this buy station, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. Again, I have the Rytech here, and you can see, didn't hit all my shots, but one hit is a break, and then another one's a down. Clean them up with the AK there. Really nice. Now, small circle, there's still a lot of teams left for this size of a circle. A lot of vertical gameplay here. Everyone's below us and moving around. So at this point, I'm just going to try and patrol again. I can see one road skin out here in the distance, and again, you can just see how this AK is definitely not built for these kind of ranges. You know, that's probably 50, 60 meters at that point, maybe a little bit more. And the AK definitely not, that build that we're using here, not the best for that ranges. You really want to be engaging inside, anything inside 50 is good, but definitely the kick on the AK is pretty insane comparing it to the like the AMAX, which fires the same caliber. Now at this point, it gets more crazy. We have the team, a couple teams around us still. Look at how many teams, there's still 2 teams left. Kaz is there. I'm going to, luckily Dylan and I are on the roof. I down this guy. Kaz does a circle around. Another guy comes out. I break him. Dylan, I think, is able to get it down. And then here I'm just going to shoot, get the clean up there. And that was the last guy, thank God. So probably some of the craziest gameplay, or the craziest wins I've had in a long time as far as just the pure engagements. Now, I skipped out on a lot of the engagements that we had moving from port over by hospital because we got into more engagements in the downtown area as we had to cross from port through downtown over to the hospital area there where we ended up winning the game. But in that time span that I skipped, we were in a huge firefight for about 10 minutes in the downtown area where we were getting down multiple times there too. So we were just in constant firefights for the entire match, and thank God we were able to pull the win out. Seems like Warzone is extremely sweaty right now. I think a lot of the casual players left, and you just have a lot of very good, competent players. It's definitely a lot harder to get wins, for me at least, this past week and a half, 2 weeks, since it seems the casual players left. But again, really good gameplay here, really good win. The AK-103M, we have a 10 kills by Dill, 7 by Kaz, and then 5 by myself. So it was a good game, a lot of really good engagements again, and again, not high kill on my end, but the AK, a lot of fun to use, and it's definitely very good in the medium to closer ranges if you can get the edge on your opponent. So let me know down below what you guys think. Till next time, this is Buffering Gaming, out.